You're listening to Unclogging the Truth, your podcast for the ins and outs of the blue-collar industry of plumbing and the tea behind the scenes.
Welcome to another episode of Unclogging the Truth. And for those of you who are listening to us, you can also see us now.
Yay.
So head over to our YouTube channel and check us out, smiling faces. For those of you who are listening, thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, please give us feedback on any topics you want to hear in the future. You can email us at info@naplumbing.net. I just totally forgot. All right, so for those of you who sent in emails and stuff, we thank you for tuning in to our last episode, which was kind of like our Introduction.
Yes. And
Valentine's, and introduction to Johnny Bell, our fearless leader. So today, it's just me and Trista.
Yeah, we got this.
We got it. We're usually the two that's in the office anyway.
Right.
And the guys are usually out in the field. So how was your Valentine's Day? Was it?
My Valentine's Day was great. It was fantastic. How was yours?
It was cool. I didn't get any cookies, but we'll talk about that later. But I did get something.
Okay.
I got something. And I'm glad we reminded the plumbers to get their wives something. That's what we're here for. We're
Truth be told, yes, Valentine's Day Eve, they still had not yet gotten anything. I hope I don't get anyone in trouble by saying that.
But we went to, actually, was that the day we went to Publix and it looked like Valentine's Day had exploded?
Yes,
in the store.
yes.
Yeah. And we took videos and we sent them to the guys like, hey, in case you need something, Publix is ready. Publix has everything that you need. So, yeah, it was just a really, cool evening. I didn't do much. I don't do much during the week. So, just me and the kiddos. And my boo got me something. So, what might get you?
I got a potato.
Potato?
Yes, a potato.
Are you a hot potato?
I'd like to think so, yes. But no, actually, it was really sweet. We had went to the grocery store previously. My mother-in-law had bought us like a Boston butt. And so we were trying to think of different, meals to incorporate that. And one of the things that I wanted was a loaded baked potato. So I had purchased some potatoes. And I guess I didn't communicate that. So when the time came, I don't remember exactly what happened, but nonetheless, it fell through. And so he, I guess, notated that and then made sure on Valentine's that I got my loaded baked potato.
Oh, so
I was like, oh.
That's good because, he thought about it. You remembered you saying it.
Yes.
The extra step.
Extra step,
I like it, Mike. I like it. Yeah, so, and y'all also, the day before that, y'all did a little fundraiser. So I heard that was a good time.
Yes, that was.
And like house hunters with food and everything fundraiser. So that was cool. What else did we do last week? Last week was busy. We did our commercial.
We have a commercial.
We have a commercial coming out. It's to announce our exciting partnership with the Trash Pandas. Yay. We're officially partners with them now, so you'll be seeing a lot of us. From what I hear, they still had our logo on the big screen. I don't know.
Yes. The announcement on the big screen. You can see it from 565.
Yeah. If you're driving through, just take a look over there and you'll see our logo. But yeah, we had a lot of fun shooting that commercial.
Yes.
Shout out to our professional child actor, Carson. He's up and coming, and he was gracious enough to participate in our commercial.
Yes, he did a really great job. I was really impressed with how he could just
oh yeah, he even helped Johnny out a little bit.
Yes.
Johnny's, still learning. Carson was able to guide him, and I think he even gave you some direction there, Gabe, a little bit.
Yes.
But that's what happens when you work with professionals. It was,
you get to learn some new terminology, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
I don't know, though.
And I did want to thank you, though. That day in particular, there was a lot going on. It was very chaotic.
Oh, yeah.
And I know, we always joke about you being my, assistant, but, that day, I don't know what you did, but I just wanted to, thank you because...
just made it so much easier.
Yes, you just kind of swooped in, and I'm very appreciative.
I know. So. I thought about that when I was, going over the day, and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't really even realize what I did until I thought about it. But that's just how we women are. We just jump in there and do things. Whereas, no offense, you men, but sometimes y'all ask us like, what do you need help with? And you see like we're on fire. Like we need you to step in and do something. So I didn't even ask. I was just like, she looks like she needs help. Let me find someone.
Well, what was like, I mean, I guess to help the fellows out, what was like the indication that I needed help? And then like, what did you do?
Well, everybody was like kind of, pulling you in different directions. And one of the main things was we needed the Trash Panda's marketing director there. And so I was like, I know she has to be here, and I know she's not here. And she's a very integral part of this commercial. She has like Sprocket, like we need Sprocket. So let's at least get her here, and then we can go from there. So I was just like, anybody have her number? Like, let's call her. Where is she? And then when she got there, I think that was, the catalyst that got the ball rolling, because she was able to get Sprocket.
Yes, it was.
She showed us where we, were to go and where we could shoot the commercial. So that just got the ball rolling. But yeah, you were just over there making, I mean, it happens every time you leave. You're like, we'll be in the office and like nobody will call. The minute you get to a meeting or something, it's like, oh goodness, the phone is ringing. And you have to answer it, because that's our lifeline. Our customers, which we love so much, is what keeps us in business.
Yes.
So we had to keep that rolling.
But thank you.
Yeah, so shout out. Be on the lookout for that. It should be out soon. We're very excited about it. I think it's a little cute concept. I think everyone will like it, because how can you make plumbing interesting, But I think it was really cute and funny. And really Carson, cute. Again, shout out to him. He just gave us the extra little flair that we needed for the commercial. So
absolutely.
Be on the lookout for that. And
but speaking of which, I mean, you are absolutely correct as far as like the inner workings of the office. Mm-hmm. And that does happen, and so I am thankful for you when that does happen, where I can, text you and be like, can you handle this? But yeah, we have the guys who come in on Mondays. And they also come in. We have our team meetings on Thursdays, where we typically have like a vendor or a supply house that come in. They bring breakfast. They kind of speak to the guys. Anything to make their out in the field life easier.
Yeah.
And essentially, one thing, although my role and my position in the company is very important and necessary, it is not an income generating position.
Right.
So I'm very thankful, for the guys. I'm very appreciative of the guys, because without them out in the field and their skill sets, my position,
neither would
I would not have a job. So, and that concept is not lost on me. So I always try and just make sure that, there's whatever I can do to make their lives easier, just providing, if they come in and they just need like, a smile or something positive said, or sometimes, I'll have like waters or Slim Jims or granola bars, because you never know, some little treats.
So what kind of like team building, because I know y'all do TikToks. I know that y'all should go check out. Trista has some interesting and funny TikToks. I don't know if they're funny because I know the guys and it's just like hilarious because their personalities, but it's just always, I crack up when I watch them because they're so awkward. Like, especially, I think you did that Taylor Swift song and they were just like, nobody knew a Taylor Swift song. Did I know one? Yeah, I did know one.
You knew of one-ish.
One-ish.
Yeah.
I knew the chorus.
I'll give you an ish.
Okay.
So we do, I'll do like a different team building exercise each week. So like there was one time where I had them all pull names. I put everyone's names in a hat. Everyone pulled names, and you had to say something positive or compliment that person. So we took turns, saying something positive, and like they loved that. This last one we did was really interesting. Was if you could go back in time or into the future, like at your age right now for a day. So like
you would be the age you are
now,
right now.
And you get to go to back in time or in the future. Which one would you do?
I would want to go younger, but
and like I got some mixed answers there, and they were pretty interesting. I know Johnny said that he would go back and meet Jesus. I was like, that's pretty cool. One guy
way back.
One guy said that he would go to the future because he wanted to know like the lottery numbers, I guess. I was like, hey, that's interesting.
Can you imagine, like, okay, so you would think, like, if you went back, like, in the past, you should be able to come out better than you were because you know so much stuff. But really, would you like? If I went back, I would try to like invent like cell phones or something. But then, like, how would you do that? Because I don't know how to do it. Like, so.
That's true. That's
would you really make a difference? Like, I'll just tell people like exists. But I don't know how to do it. But I'm just letting you know in the future.
In the future, this is there. It exists.
This is there. Can't help you create it now, but just know.
Well, what do you think you would do?
Oh, if I could go back and I'm the same age, I would much rather prefer to be younger. But if I had to be this old age that I am now,
for 24 hours,
we won't say what that age is. 24 hours, I would go back like, is it the 60s or something, like the free love era or something? I feel like that's my era, like, I don't want to say like drugs and stuff, but everything was free flowing. It just seemed like it was a fun time. Disco. Can you imagine like going to New York and like being at the disco clubs?
Okay.
I think
you'd go back and have a good time.
Oh, I would go back and have a great time. With no kids, like my kids are not coming back with me, are they? It's just me.
Just you.
Just me.
24 hours.
24 hours. I would get it in. Oh. But yeah, that's a good team building exercise. And I know y'all do the TikTok, so y'all check those out. I think do we have a TikTok page or is it just on your TikTok?
We have a TikTok page.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out our TikTok page and let us know what you think about the guys. And let us know like if you watch the TikToks and you see a plumber, like I just want to know more about him because we're going to have them on.
Yes.
We're going to invite them.
Or if there's something that you'd like to see as far as a team building. I need some ideas.
Oh, yeah. Give us some ideas to
weekly
hit
team building exercises. What do you do within your company? So
team building.
But yeah, that's just ways that I show appreciation to them. And
yeah, they do come into because I miss the team building because I'm only in the office a couple of days of the week. So I miss that little team building. But a lot of times when they do come in on Mondays and Wednesdays, if I'm here, we kind of like bombard them with questions.
Yes, and I think they actually enjoy that because they'll come in and they'll be like, all right, what's going on today? And
like,
so
what's the therapy session today?
Yes, what's the therapy session today? So yeah, no, like one thing they thought was pretty interesting, and I thought this was interesting because this is something that can go on like at home, like with you and your partner or like within like the work environment, but it's called the we factor.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of the we factor?
The we factor, when we tell them about it, it's something that you realize it's going on, but you don't know what it's called. You don't, but once we started talking to them about it, they were like, oh, yeah, and the instant guilt
Kevin
on their
starts
face.
smiling. I'm like, all right.
So I'll let you go ahead and explain the we
Okay,
factor.
so the we factor is if you, like when you're talking to somebody and you say, we need to do this or we need to get this done. It's like when you say we, do you actually mean we or do you like, does that like...
You mean me.
Me, yes. So, because that's happened and ever since I pointed it out, like they've noticed it like within the workplace, they'll be like, we need to clean out the work truck. And like the person that's being spoken to is like, okay, so like, are we actually cleaning out the work truck?
Or are you really
or
saying
like,
me?
I need to go start cleaning out the work truck.
Right.
I thought that was hilarious because like the night before all this, I was talking to my husband and he was like, we need to do this, and I was just like, okay, well, are we actually doing this? Because if you mean me, I can do this, this, and this.
Right.
But if there's going to be a we, then we can do all these things.
Then you start pointing out things like, this is what you can do, and it becomes a whole different...
Oh, yeah. Because it's not you doing it. It's very easy to say we when it's not you that has to do it.
To actually do the steps.
Yes. And lo and behold, he was okay with like the 3 things that I said I would do. So I was like, okay.
He was like, yeah, so when I said we, I really meant you. It happens a lot in relationships. And that, like, to go back to the commercial, like, when I just saw, like, you were obviously struggling. Not struggling, but you just had a lot going on.
Right.
It's like, what can you do to just step in and think the extra step, I know, like, that's your job, but also... where can I step in and help? So that was kind of like an example of the we factor in real time. So, yeah.
And I will say one of the guys did say that when they say we, them in particular, when they say we, he's like, I think we actually genuinely mean we. We just like, our side doesn't get to it. And then one guy said, I say that to my significant other if it's something that they usually handle. So if I say we, it's just kind of like oh, hey, like, we need to get this done, but like, this is something that you usually do. And
I wonder why. Is it that you just don't want to be like, do this, really? I really want you to do it. Like, does it sound better? Well, if you say we, like, you make it feel like it's teamwork when it's really not. But then we interpret that like that mental load that, we are constantly, especially if you're a mother, if you have a job, even if you don't have a job where you go outside the home, we're constantly thinking, okay, who needs this today? Who has something to do today? What do I need to do for this person today? A lot of times we don't even, like, we come last. So when we're thinking like as soon as you say we need to do something, it's instantly put into our mental calendar. So we are carrying that around all day. And then we're kind of wondering like, well, he said we, but really
you mean me. What about you, Gabe? You want to chime in here?
Yep. Gabe's going to give us the male perspective.
What's your we when you say we?
Hi, everybody. G-Man here. So, like, in my personal experience, whenever someone I'm dating or like my mom or something says we need to do it, it's actually like the opposite experience where you guys are talking about, where we is the nice way of saying you.
Right. Okay. So it is true.
So I don't know. In a professional standing, I haven't really had anybody say like we need to do this. Mm-hmm. Actually, that's not true. Most of my bosses say like we need to do this,
but they really mean you.
It really means me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it is funny thinking the divide here, though.
But that's interesting that, you just assume. I wonder if I do that with the kids. I was trying to think, like, no, I don't do it with the kids because I'm like, we need to clean up today. And then I start delegating.
I was just thinking, if I do this to you, do I say the we thing to you?
I don't think so. Okay. Not that I remember. Not that I recall. No, you're very like, I need you to do Nicole, can you do this? So it's not like, no misunderstandings there. Like, okay, I need to do this. This is what I need to do. But no, I enjoy the dynamics, and we don't get into this. I don't feel like, oh, she's telling me what to do. It's just like, this needs to be done.
Yeah.
And that just, I think, speaks to the whole family environment that we have at NA Plumbing, and also Johnny's leadership. He's a great leader, and, sometimes he has to be mean, Johnny, but most of the time he's a big old teddy bear.
He does do the we thing to me, but it's usually about 50-50. So, like, he'll say, we need to do this, and, like, depending on what it is, I'm like, okay, that's a me thing.
Right.
And then sometimes I'm like, okay, that's something that he kind of usually handles, and maybe he just needs my assistance. So, like, that's actually a we.
Gotcha. So, that's a true we. So, if you have any examples of...
Or what's your we
situations...
Write it in.
Yeah, let us know about it so we can... see if we can relate to some of them. But it's very interesting when you break it down, the dynamics of it, what we really means. All right. So don't forget, though, I hope you're enjoying our content. Let us know what you want to hear more of. Leaving comments on our YouTube page. We're really trying to build that up, so we would appreciate a like, a follow, subscribe. I was watching the little 8-year-olds. They're always like, subscribe, share, their little YouTube channels, and I'm trying to watch them late because this is not, my age group. Like, we don't really do YouTube like this too much. So, yeah, subscribe, share. Also, send us an email, leave us comments. And pretty soon we'll be on other platforms, Spotify. I know, is it Apple Podcasts and some other places where you can listen to us. But right now we're just uploading on YouTube.
Stay tuned. We'll have Johnny Bell back on our next episode.
Yeah, we'll have Johnny Bell. And look out, we have a new contest. We'll be announcing it on our webpage. Look for our vans.
Yeah. And if you see our trucks, take a picture.
Yeah, take a picture. It's
tag
like
us.
I Spy. And if you tag us, we're going to put you in a drawing. We have some Trash Panda tickets that we'll give out. We'd love for you to join us at the game, when we're there. So, yeah, look out for that. And please participate. And we'd love to have you hang out with us and get to know the plumbers and everything.
See you next time.
Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, and just to clarify, because I know you said in the beginning, there's still no cookies.
Still no cookies. Oh, we're going to explain that on a later episode. We're on Cookie Watch.
We're on Cookie Watch. Cookie
Watch.
Captain Crunch Watch.
Captain Crunch. Well, I kind of sort of got the Captain Crunch, but I don't know if it was really for me. Anyway, we'll explain all that on another day. But thank you so much for tuning in. We really have fun doing this. We hope you have fun listening. And thank you for watching Unclogging the Truth.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.